Well, on to the legal woes now of former President Donald Trump. A special counsel appointed by Attorney General Merrick Garland will begin its investigation into Donald Trump today. It may potentially lead to criminal charges against the former president for his alleged storing of classified documents at Mar-a-Lago and suspected role in the attack on the Capitol. Former Deputy AG Rod Rosenstein spoke on Face the Nation last night about the possibility of indicting the former president.
There are multiple levels of issues that the department needs to consider, Margaret. Number one is the evidence sufficient to obtain and sustain a conviction? Number two is it an appropriate use of federal resources to bring that case? And a case against a former president obviously would be extraordinary, would raise unique concerns, and so I would hope that Merrick Garland and his team would be very careful about scrutinizing that evidence, not just checking the box, but making sure that they're prepared to stand behind the decision that they make.
Well, so for more on this, let's bring in our Chief National Affairs and Justice Correspondent, Jeff Pegues, joining us now. So, Jeff, let us start with why Merrick Garland would appoint a special counsel.
Well, listen, Rod Rosenstein there, he just alluded to some of the issues involved. This is a really unique situation. You have both of these cases, whether it's the January 6th case or the classified documents case, and they involve a former president of the United States. This is uncharted territory. And so because of the high stakes involved, some people see it as a good move to appoint a special counsel because it separates the Attorney General, who's obviously dealing with other cases that he has to make calls on, from this highly politicized case. Now, he's already been intertwined with this case from the beginning. There are some of his supporters even wondering why he hasn't moved quicker to prosecute the former president, because as I've said numerous times, if any of us had documents like that, 300 or so documents like that in our possession, we would have been in federal prison soon after the raid of our homes. And so this is a unique case. Merrick Garland has gotten a lot of scrutiny from both Democrats and Republicans. And in a way, this takes the pressure off him. It doesn't change the nature of the investigation, but it just changes who's gonna be the umpire in this case, who's gonna make the call.
All right, so speaking of that umpire, the man in the hot seat, his name is Jack Smith. What do we know about him, and what exactly will his role be?
Well, he's a smart guy, that is for sure. Harvard-trained lawyer. He most recently at The Hague prosecuting war crimes, but he was summoned back as soon as he was named special counsel. He is a hard charger. He's not the kind of guy who walks away from the big cases. Even though he's not a household name in legal circles, especially at the prosecutor level, he's well known. You know, someone described him as a quote, fit prosecutor who takes on the big cases. You know, he is someone who is essential in any sort of U.S. attorney's office because he can handle himself in a courtroom. He's not a law professor, nothing against law professors, but he is someone who has proven himself adept in tough cases in a courtroom. And, you know, now with this case, you know, it's remarkable. And I was thinking about this when he was named to the position, how his life is going to change. There is going to be the spotlight on him now that started as soon as we got his name. Because, as I said earlier, this is a history-making case, and, you know, he's going to upset, millions of people, no matter which way he comes down on this case. And so there is a lot of pressure on him, but as I said, he's not the kind of person who shirks from these big cases.
So, Jeff, as you know, the former president has announced his bid to run again. Give me a sense of whether or not this will impact his bid to run for president.
It gives him ammunition. It gives him fodder for his campaign trail and those speeches that he likes to give. It's the kind of thing that stirs up his supporters, and so look for him to use it. against the special counsel, against Democrats, against Joe Biden. His supporters have already said, this is, Joe Biden has weaponized the Department of Justice, even though, based on the track record of the Attorney General, I don't know if you can say that, especially coming out of the Bill Barr administration, where there were accusations that the former president was too involved in deciding who got pardoned, who didn't get pardoned, who was prosecuted, yada, yada, yada. So Donald Trump he's going to use this as a weapon to better his chances of becoming the front runner in the GOP race for president. But, part of the reason why the special counsel was appointed is because when he threw his hat in the ring, when former President Trump threw his hat in the ring, it set up a potential matchup with the current president, which, of course, developed sort of a conflict of interest for this attorney general. So to take those kinds of questions out of this equation, that's another reason why Merrick Garland named a special counsel.
Right.
John Jack Smith.
Indeed. It's a good solid name there. Jeff, hey, nothing wrong with three names, says Anne Marie Green.
I don't know what to call him, John or Jack sometimes, but I think people call him Jack Smith.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much.